What's going on, everybody? Mile High back with another video, and if you guys didn't know, all the cookbook armies actually did refresh. We got some new ones in here, and it should be the new army of the month coming out soon too, because it did expire last night, but for some reason there's not a new one yet. But we do have some new ones in here, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to go through all the new TownHall 17 ones. I believe there is 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. And I actually don't have Fireball, so I'm not going to be able to do Fireball Madness, so we're actually just going to do the first 3. That one actually doesn't look like too bad of an army, though. It should be pretty solid. So without further ado, we're going to hop into the first one, which is Royal Roots. And I already have it saved in here. So I did have to change one thing. I had to bring the Diggy on the Warden instead of the Sneezies just because mine's upgrading. But obviously that's not that big of a difference. So it's kind of like a normal Root Rider army. We even are able to do a Royal Champion charge. But as you see, our equipments are very strange. We have a Rage Vial with Electro Boots on the King for some reason. Not sure how that synergizes. We have a Giant Arrow on the Queen, which again, doesn't really synergize that well. Maybe just use her for the funnel, I guess. Warden makes sense. Royal Champion kind of makes sense too, because we can use the Haste Vial, try to get a little bit more value. But we're going to try this out. We're going to hop into a Legend League attack, and we're going to see how poorly this goes. Alright, so we found a base here. We do have a Hook Tower, which is a little bit annoying. Where do we want to come in from here with our Royal Champion? I think I want to come in just from one of the flanks. Excuse me. I got a cough. Yeah, we're going to come in from the flank over here. 57, 56. We'll get our first invis down. And now we'll drop our next one at 46, 48, 47, and 46. We do take a shot from the scatter shot, which is a little bit annoying because our Fox is getting a little bit low. So we're going to use the Haste File now. 37, 36, we'll get our next invis down. Should be pretty solid, actually. We're going to get some pretty decent value for only having 5 invises. These next two, I'm actually going to use the 7 and 3 timing, just to make sure we don't lose the Fox, because there's not all that much value left. I want to keep that Fox alive. I think it'd be better if we could get that Poison Tower to trigger. That'd be clutch. Being a little bit greedy there. But we do get it, and we actually kept our Fox alive as well. So we're going to use a couple Valkyries and some of these Wizards over here to finish off that funnel, and we might actually be able to take out these Ice Golems with our Poison spell, which would be really nice. We're going to use the Queen with the Giant Arrow on the other side, because like I said, I don't know what else we're going to use that Giant Arrow for. Get all of our Root Riders in the middle. Get our Siege down. I'm going to wait for that wall to open up before we get our Valkyries in so they don't all run around the outside, because as you guys know, the Valkyries can definitely do that. Alright, got it opened up. We're going to send everything in now. Get our Royal Champion in. Unfortunately, our Queen did go down. I lost track of her. That's really unfortunate. I don't think I would have been able to save her regardless, though, because I didn't have any freezes or anything. So we're going to wait a little bit on this Warden ability. Push in as deep as we possibly can. We have a nice funnel set here. This is actually a pretty solid army. It's pretty similar to a normal Root Rider attack. Obviously, it's just not quite as optimized as what a normal Root Rider attack would be. Alright, we're going to use our ability now because we were about to lose a bunch of the Valkyries to that giant bomb there. If I could have held onto it a little bit longer, that would have been ideal. But we're just going to overgrowth. Where do I want to? Yeah, I'm just going to overgrowth back here because there's really nothing else to overgrowth right now. Just try to take a little bit of that damage off. We get rid of that Ricochet Cannon and a couple tests. I mean, it wasn't much, but it will take a little bit of the damage off the flank because those Ricochet Cannons do a lot of damage. It should wear off soon enough where we should be able to take it out. I think we're actually looking pretty good. Obviously, this wasn't the highest level base, but we're only on day 2 of Legend League, so there are going to be some lower level bases, some higher level bases. There should be a good mix. But we do shred through this base pretty easily, which is surprising, because if you guys know, the cookbook armies that they had in last time were trash. I mean, they were impossible to 3-star with. Even on underlevel basis, they were pretty much impossible to 3-star with. And we cruised through that base pretty quickly, which is surprising. So we're going to go copy the next army now and see which one that would be. I can't remember what it was. Oh, let's see here. Oh yeah, Mass Miners. This one's looking quite interesting. So we'll copy this one. As you see, 50 miners. And look at these equipments. Again, Earthquake Boots and Rage Vial on the King. Not sure why. We have the Giant Arrow and the Healer Puppet on the Queen again. We have the Life Gem and the Eternal Tome with the Poison Lizard on the Warden. And then the Royal Champion has the Hog Puppet and the Haste File, which doesn't really make much sense, but I guess it is what it is. Just gotta wait for Clan Castle troops, and then we'll get into our next attack. Alright, so we're moving into attack number 2. This is not the base I wanted to see. A giant island in the middle with the town hall. We've got double invis towers. I'm not even sure how to approach this attack here. We can't really get any value with our baby dragons setting the funnel. I might be able to snipe out that. That's about it. And there's a lot of damage at the top, so it's going to be a little bit risky. You know what? I'm going to do something weird. I'm going to overgrowth this. We're going to try to set this funnel on the outside here. I'm going to use the queen's ability there to help take out that enemy royal champion. Then we're just going to get everything in the middle. Get our battle drill down. Okay, I forgot what... Oh yeah, I had the hog puppet on the royal champion and the haste file, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but okay, we're going to use our ability now from our warden. I'm going to wait just 1 second here. We're going to freeze the town hall. I'm going to try to get this town hall down before those invises trigger, if possible. We're going to get a heal spell down. We're going to freeze again. Unfortunately, that invis did go off, but it is what it is. I should still be able to get this town hall. Okay, we got the town hall. That next invis did trigger. Where's our miners at? Okay, we actually do have a big pack here. For a second there, I thought they all died out. We're going to freeze that up to make sure our king doesn't go down instantly. Oh, double giant bombs. I should have had a heal spell down. That's on me. I thought I could wait a second and get greedy with those heal spells. Yeah, this is a disaster. I really should have had my heal spell down waiting for those giant bombs, but I didn't. So this is going to be a really low percentage, but that's on me. We could have done a lot better. Yeah, we basically just have our hog puppet left. Well, actually, we do have some miners down here with the king, so it's not going to be as bad as I thought. But if I would have had that heal spell down and we could have kept that big pack of miners alive, this probably at least would have made it around 90% or so. But we're going to finish probably in the 70s now with the way we've... Yeah. We lost so many miners to those double giant bombs, though. I really should have had that heal spell down. So that one was kind of a disaster. Obviously, that's not a very good attack strategy. And I also did something dumb at the beginning with that overgrowth, just trying to set the funnel, trying to do something a little bit unorthodox. But you kind of got to be unorthodox with these armies because they don't give you spells and equipments and stuff that synergize that well. But it is what it is. So let's go get into the third and final attack. Alright, so the third attack, we've actually got this Winged Fury, and it's basically just a quad Yeti bomb with dragons, which is actually pretty surprisingly good. This one might actually work out. We're going to press use. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, I mean, the army itself is pretty normal. Let's see the equipments. We got the giant arrow healer puppet on the queen, which works fine. We've got the minion prince with the metal pants and the dark orb. That's not bad. And then on the warden, we've got double books. I am going to change out the sneezy just because it's upgrading, and it is going to be on air, so I'm just going to put the owl on. And then on the royal champion, we have the rocket spear with the seeking shield, which again isn't horrible. We could try to save that for the backside of the base, if at all possible. But yeah, I'm just going to wait for some clan castle troops real quick, and then we'll get into this attack. Alright, so we found a base. This is looks like a dang near max base. And we're going to be using the Winged Fury attack. So I can probably get 2 air defenses if I shoot from here. No, I only got 1. That's okay, though. I for sure just wanted to get the 1. And we do have, unfortunately... Okay, I'm actually going to come in from the side here. That way I can set a little bit of the funnel with that baby dragon. I don't want to fight both sweepers, so that's why we're going to come in from here. We'll get all of our troops in. Unfortunately, our queen did go down. I should have been a little bit quicker getting our dragons in. And then it might have actually saved our queen because we could have used that eternal tome. Might have actually kept our queen alive. But it is what it is. Blimp goes down. We're going to quad clone our yetis. Rage them up. I'm going to watch my minion prince. Try to get a good dark orb here. We are fighting ice golems right now, which is very unfortunate. Okay, where's our minion prince facing? Still fighting ice golems, so I don't want to use it now. But I'm going to anyway because it is facing the right direction. It will freeze over the stuff that I want to. Okay, I'm actually going to use my royal champion up here. Try to get rid of that air defense. Try to keep that pack of dragons alive, if at all possible, because my dragons down here are supported by my minion prince. Try to give a little bit of support to that top group. Unfortunately, we have nothing in the core. Our troops avoided the core like it was lava for some reason. Yeah, that sucks. I don't know how that happened, but I guess it is what it is. Our minion prince is going to go down. We only have 1 dragon left down there. Royal Champion might get that scatter shot. No, not quite. Yeah, this is going to be another disaster. I'm not sure how we got absolutely nothing to the core. Well, I guess I do actually. It's because we only had a baby dragon to funnel the other side. Usually with an attack like this, I would use my rocket spear with electro boost to set the other side of the funnel. I guess I could rocket spear one side to set the funnel and drop the baby dragon behind to still clean that trash. That did not work out that well, but it is what it is. Like I said, these cookbook armies are definitely better than the initial ones that they dropped, so you guys can try them out. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys next time.